What were the top 3 takeaways from this research?
There were 3 things that really popped out that were a shift. The number one motive shifted from criminal intent to activism. That was shocking. That activists are willing to attack or target business leaders for the cause. Protest demonstrations, those have been around forever, labor unions. I've been through many of those kinds of things. But on personal attacks, that activism became the number one motive was pretty shocking to me. Second big takeaway was the amount of targeting that was happening at people's homes. Work had always been an issue. Transportation's a weak point, but that homes and neighborhoods became a focal point was disconcerting, to say the least. Third one was really the rate of change. For 24 and 25, we saw a 313% increase in total incidents in that 2-year period.
Wow.
To me, it then called the next question. Who else is being targeted that we haven't seen the numbers on?
Do executives tend to misunderstand their own risk exposure?
After the United Healthcare shooting, we worked with over 50 companies in that next couple months. And one of the things that we created that was really very popular was what we called an exposure matrix. There's 4 levels of exposure. If you think about tier 1, that's Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. That's really a tier 1 exposure. They're in every newspaper. Everybody knows who they are. Everybody knows what they look like, etc. Tier 2 is where the chairman of United Healthcare went after the shooting. Nobody really knew who he was outside of the business and industry magazines, but that propelled him to a level of exposure that he'd never experienced, I'm certain. Most executives are tier 3 or 4. Very few folks would recognize them. They're not involved in any controversy. Their products aren't a big problem. I think most executives are not aware of the things that move them from tier to tier. They say, well, geez, I'm not a Elon Musk. I don't have any concerns. Well, there's proximity risk, there's product risk, there's sector risk, there's other things out there that are very normal to you, but they're a red flag for somebody else.
What's one thing that you think security leaders should adjust when assessing executive risk today?
Use the research. Don't go do what you've always done because things are changing too rapidly. It's really become an industry of personal opinion. We were looking at program accreditation, and we talked to the international accreditation body, and they said, we'd be very interested. There's enough people, there's enough businesses. It's ripe for accreditation. What would your body of knowledge be to determine best practices? We don't have one in security.
Interesting.
We don't have an all agreed upon body of knowledge to become an accredited program or organization. And that's what the SEC does. We're trying to build that body of knowledge based on research, not on personal opinion, based on peer review, not on a bunch of old white-haired guys like me that are saying this is the way we've always done it. Everybody should do it the same way. We need an accredited body of knowledge to make these decisions, and we don't have it. We need to really focus on the research that is available to make better decisions, and then use metrics to see if what we're doing is working.